here with Todd Shively, designated broker and founder of Ensemble Real Estate here in Seattle. Todd, you've had a lot of successes over the last 20 years. What are some of the challenges that you've had over your career that you can say you've overcome looking back at?
Stagnation for a lot of us when we've been in the business for 20 years, and it's a wonderful, incredible industry that I love so much, and I think it's absolutely vital in our economy and for our homeowners. But after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, pushing towards the next big round number, there's just a lot of burnout for folks. And there are so many of them who are not having as much fun anymore. Real estate is not a career where you take the hat off and put it on the shelf and then you get the next 12 hours or your next 16 hours of your day just to yourself. It's an all the time thing. We work when other people don't. And when we're on vacation, we're thinking about it. And people are very passionate about this work. It's just kind of always on. You're always on. That can really wear people out.
So working with experienced, highly qualified real estate agents and lenders to get these deals put together is going to be more important than ever.
The best people in the room doing the work is obviously essential. I do think this is going to have some ramifications for people who don't have value to offer in exchange for compensation.
Absolutely.
And that's a real thing, right? There's a range of skills here.
Right.
And there's a range of value for the skills.
Yeah.
There's going to be people who are happy to represent buyers for whatever that dollar is that's a smaller one than the people at the other end of the continuum. And that's good, right? It's good that people have options and they can decide what they need for their circumstances.
Todd, how does the current market compare to other time periods? Do you think this market has some resemblance to others, or is it totally unique?
It's felt unique. And now I'm beginning to see kind of around the edges some things that we saw last time, like what we used to call ninja loans, sort of showing back up, right? These no income, no job applications. Like we're seeing the availability of consumer products on the lending side that you would obviously know more about than I do, but like the presence of these not subprime loans, but kind of similar instruments is concerning to me because what's implied is we've run out of well-qualified buyers and now we have to go to less qualified buyers in order to keep momentum. I don't think that's true at all. And I also think that one of the things that we've been saying consistently is we're protected from some of the things that happened during the Great Recession because we're not making the same mistakes. There's a far more exacting process for getting qualified to buy a house. And houses are a lot more expensive. And so we felt like we were really taking good care of that.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing what happens in a system such as ours is that the desire to continue finding places to make money begins to introduce options that are not necessarily as good for the consumer.
I see your point. I see it maybe from a little bit of a different angle.
Yeah.
So post Great Recession, federal regulation around lending got super, super tight.
Yeah.
What I experienced on the financing side was a long period where very well qualified people couldn't get a loan.
Yeah.
Their tax returns have write-offs that really don't impact their ability to qualify, but because of this super narrow box that was created, we were telling really highly qualified people in terms of their ability to pay a mortgage payment. No. What emerged out of this were lenders who saw an opportunity to serve a group of people who couldn't get a mortgage. The traditional underwriting methods won't work. So I could see your point on one hand where it feels like credit markets are loosening. From my vantage point, those credit markets aren't any looser than they have been over the last 10 years. There's just a new kind of common sense loan type emerging out of Wall Street.
And I'm down with that, right? I am absolutely not my concern. My concern is what's the next evolution of that, right? When you run out of those people, who next? And there's the machine grinds on. We are about to see a lot more opportunity for home buyers in Seattle within the next 5 years. We are going to see inventory increase because where we are loosening it on the residential real estate side is under city code for building. So now you're going to be able to put a lot more density into every neighborhood, right? And the goal of that is to return what we consider missing middle housing, right? Folks that are in the middle of the pack and have been pushed out of the city because of the lack of inventory keeping prices so high, right?
Todd, thank you for your time today.
Pleasure.
This has been great.
Sure
I really appreciate it. How should agents, brokers, potential buyers, or sellers reach you and your team?
Ensemble PNW, right? Pacific Northwest, ensemblepnw.com for the website, or find us on Instagram at ensemble.pnw. You can see a lot about who we are as an organization on our Instagram page. We invite you to check that out.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.